Welcome back to Loose Women, coming up in just a bit. Last time they were on Loose Women together, he didn't let his wife get a word in edgeways. Will the same happen today? Find out when we catch up with Richard and Judy. Now, here is a picture of a woman who some might call a brave lady. It's EastEnders actress Jessie Wallace arriving at Crete Airport to go on her honeymoon. Problem is, of course, she didn't get married. Jessie called off her wedding to Vincent Morse last week with only hours to go before the ceremony after discovering he'd allegedly sent some saucy snaps to his ex-girlfriend. Now, it looks like she's decided to take advantage of some time in the sun away. So, girls, if you were in her situation, would you have gone on the honeymoon?
Well, I've just come back from Crete, so I wouldn't have minded going with her, keeping the company. It was lovely. I think she's very brave, and as somebody who's never had sort of sudden breakups in my life, I didn't have that right, I'm going away, I'm going to do the honeymoon thing. Mine were always gradual, so I've been missing out somewhere along the line. I think it's a good idea to get away from all the people that are around, probably, you know, like with a wedding scenario like that, people like your mum, I bought a frock for the wedding and I can't wear it, and all that business, so it's quite nice to escape that. But,
well, better be miserable in the sun, isn't it?
Well, yes, but also I think you should ring ahead, because if it is like you've got the honeymoon suite and they've got, like, 2 champagne glasses and they've put petals on his side and petals on your side of the bed, chocolates, you don't want that, that's a bit annoying.
Yeah, so but there's always fit waiters in Greece, though, isn't there?
Not where I went, then.
How you get over it? I was, I mean, going back some years now when I was in my 20s, quite a few years, and I'd split up, and I tend to get over splits very quickly. Like, by the time I've got out of the taxi. I can't be doing with all this wallowing around and playing lovely songs and all that. I can't be doing with that at all. No, not a wallower. Anyway, I haven't had many splits, I have to say, but this particular one was fantastic. So what I did, we'd had this holiday booked. It was my first really posh holiday. It was down to the Caribbean.
Oh.
And I thought, well, look at that, I'm not wasting that, so I took my sister. Oh, perfect. And when I came back, I moved in to Peter Stringfellow's flat. Oh. Except Coral Stringfellow, his former wife, was one of my best friends, so he wasn't there.
That was getting really interesting.
It was quite zany, really, because I used to sleep on these black satin sheets in the bed, and Peter Stringfellow was
not with him in it.
No, not with him in it.
Can I just ask, as someone who's never slept on a satin sheet, how did you stay on?
You slide off. You slide off the other side. I used to run down the corridor, jump on the bed and see if I could hit... Like slide, like this thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's marvellous. So
you know all about sliding, don't you?
So I would say, would I have gone on the honeymoon? Slightly different for Jessie, of course, because she's going to be surrounded by paparazzi and all the photos in her bikinis. That's going to be...
I mean, good luck to her. I've never been dumped at the altar, thankfully, nor have I dumped at the altar. Well, excuse me, excuse my French.
Some of us have never even been asked, Darren.
I can't believe you said that.
Tim, on the other hand, I'm only joking. But I did once have the breakup of my first big relationship. We'd sort of been on-off anyway. It was the final break, and I wasn't really that bothered about, but it was the fact that it was the end of an era and everybody was ringing up about it and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, 2 very good friends of mine, Stephen and Martin, who were then together, gay friends of mine, had booked this holiday to Klosters in Switzerland, right? Now, that, after having been on several really budget ski holidays, that's like the best place.
That's
so they said
that's
where the Royals go.
Isn't it called Cloisters,
no,
not Cluster?
No, you see, no, this is the misconception. This is the misconception.
She thought someone promised her a box of crunchy nut clusters. She'll go anywhere.
Exactly. And it's actually not called Moet and Chandon, it's called Moet and Chandon. Yes, indeed it is.
It's not a silent T.
Eh? So anyway, never mind. So Klosters, Sherry, thank you for the grammar chat, but never mind. So off we went, and I'd said, I'm not going to ski, I hate sport, I'm not going to ski, Anyway, when I saw the ski instructor that Martin had lined up for me, I suddenly, on with me skis, up the slopes in the morning. And basically, it took me about 2 days. I was on the piste and got off Florian, so there you go. And enjoyed my Kreisky very much indeed. Thank you very much.
Well, I split up with, well, everybody knows Bob Lindsay, you know, and then we were going to get married 3 weeks before we didn't get married. Neither of us rang each other, you know, so... Anyway, so we didn't get married. So I went...
Well, you just didn't ring each other at all?
No, we just didn't ring. And so... So we didn't get married, anyway. Anyway, I sold the wedding dress and everything, but... so then I went to Cyprus to get over it, and I had an affair with the mayoress of London... not the mayoress.
Freudian slip. That's why you've never opened your china cabinet since then.
Would be the mayoress of Larnaca.
And I heard, because I go to Cyprus, the mayor's always going, I've had a sherry or two in my time.
We'll leave it there, girls. It's competition time. And if you like the idea of bulking up your bank balance with 20... Stop! With £25,000, then give this question a go. You never know. Lady Larnaca could be looking down on you. Good luck with that. Now, helping us kick off our brand new series are two guests who are no strangers to loose women. Not only have we got to know this husband and wife double act well when they've been guests on the show, but our Denise went one step further, like she does, and had a sleepover at their house. Here with all the gossip, please welcome Richard Madeley and Judy Finnegan. OK, time to spill the beans.
Well, it was all very modest to begin with, wasn't it?
Obviously, I've become good friends with... Well, I mean, I've been friends with Richard and Judy for a long time, but good friends with Chloe since her amazing success on Dancing on Ice. So it was the day that I'd started the day at 2:30 in the afternoon, very sedately.
With your boozy lunch.
With our lunch.
Which wasn't too boozy,
no,
was it?
Wasn't. No.
You must be joking. I saw you getting out of the taxi outside our house.
Oh, that was only 5:30 in the afternoon. What a fit that is. Judy, is that untrue? It was not.
Can I just say, at that point, you then said, oh, I'm just going for a nice supper at Richard and Judy's. And then I opened the paper the next day, 2 o'clock in the morning,
yes,
madam.
but we did go out for a nice little sedate Italian meal, didn't we?
Hampstead, that's right, yeah. And then you tried to get Judy to go with you, to go clubbing.
Go clubbing,
yes.
Yeah.
She was so boring she wouldn't even go.
I don't do it anymore.
So then we decided to take some, because we knew that Judy and Richard were coming on today, we decided to take some little pictures of my stay, didn't we?
And I think that the only caption that could go with this photograph is, you know, when Denise said she was coming for a sleepover at our house, we didn't think she meant it like this. We've got our tea.
She's got her wine.
I know.
To Judy, oh, go on, Judy. So she sort of got into the bed like this with her clothes on, and Chloe was going, oh, for God's sake, Mother, take your top off. So suddenly me and Judy, we just said, if the paps were coming round there like this, me and Judy taking our tops off and the thing and pulling this up.
Were you topless, Richard?
Yeah, I'd take my top off and all.
And then Chloe and I went out, and the next day... I was
it's a blur, isn't it?
We did get in quite late. According to the papers, it was 2 a.m, and I thought it was later than that. You said
it was later than that.
Yeah.
It was about 4:30. Yeah.
I have been warned about you, Denise. Well,
no. So then we had a very quiet day.
We went out.
We were warning Chloe actually, but Chloe knows her better than us now.
It's a special anniversary for you two, isn't it? It's your first anniversary of the book club.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you're going up there. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we celebrated it last week. Yeah, it's all gone frightfully well.
I know.
To our sort of surprise.
Because you started it on when you were on Channel 4, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then it carried on.
It carried on, and then when we left Channel 4, we went into partnership with W.H. Smith and carried it on from there. Started a year ago. We thought because it wasn't a television show, it probably wouldn't do as well, but it's done fantastically well, really fantastically.
In fact, in the party last week, we got the news that the club sold over 3 million books in the first week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me works, because you two read all the books, is that
Unlike
right?
the earlier clubs on the telly, we actually read the books now. We didn't have time before, because we were doing a 5-day-a-week show. I mean, well, no, we would read the books that were picked, but we didn't pick the books. This time we picked them, so we get sent by our partner, we get sent a great shed load of books, and we have to pick 8 out of a great stack of them.
How do you pick them?
You get very good at speed reading. You just read very fast.
I don't speed read because I get lost in a novel. That's the trouble. I really... what we do is we split them into 2 piles. He takes one lot, I take the other lot, and then we read them and we pick out, select because there's 8 books in each tranche, so we each select the best 4, and then we have to swap them because we've both got to agree. It does take a heck of a long time.
Do you have a time or a day, or that you can...
We set us up, because we're not doing 5 days a week telly, we've now we've got time to come and do this kind of stuff, you know. And sort of,
set aside.
Yeah,
so you have a room or something that you can...
No, we've been doing it in France this year, because we've been in France, so that was lovely. You could just sit and read by the pool, you know.
It's a lot to read, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't you get blinded, and do you lose your judgment a bit, because you must have so many?
No, I don't think so. I think first of all, the long list that's selected by the panel before we get the long list, and we get the short list, and then we have to select it. They've got very similar tastes to me, certainly, haven't they?
Yeah.
So generally, I know if Sue, one of our partners, actually likes a book, I will usually like it. So
it's not that difficult, you know, honestly, because all it is really, it's just got to be a damn good read. And you know you're enjoying a book if you're enjoying a book, and you know if you're not, or if it's overwritten.
You haven't all got, like, literary degrees and things.
Well, you've got an English degree,
You've got an
yeah.
English degree. Have you got any degrees?
Not at all. I left school at 16 to join the local paper.
Wow.
So, but, you know, come on, you don't have to go
read.
to university.
But I wonder what qualifies you. Is it just if you're interested in books?
Well, if you're interested in books, and we both are, I absolutely love reading. I mean,
we're both we're both right, you know.
We're kind of my main hobby. And if you really love books, then it's, you know, you don't have to be qualified. The whole thing about literary programmes is that they're usually far too highbrow for most people.
Really
So, you know, you don't have to sort of judge a book that has great literary merit. You just have to judge a book for its readability. A really good story.
And enjoy that.
And not only reading, you've recently finished and had a quite major bidding war going on for your first novel, haven't you?
Oh, My wife, the writer.
And you've enjoyed that?
No, I'm actually... It's very strange. If you're writing for yourself, you're just writing for yourself. Once you've kind of given it to a publisher, or you've actually got a book contract, you're no longer writing for yourself.
Like,
you're
I
writing...
don't want you to read it.
No.
And I understand you're writing one as well,
Yeah,
but you've had trouble with the sex scenes, is that right?
That's why I went to study.
I think we'll just leave that there.
No.
We'll just leave it hanging, I think,
okay,
Richard. We'll leave it hanging. Time for one breather. You'll stay with us, Richard and Judy. We'll all be back in a little bit. Woo!